Maren Morris recently announced that she is leaving country music during an interview with the LA Times surrounding the promotion of her brand new EP titled The Bridge. But not only was her departure from country music a hot topic during that interview, Jason Aldean's Try That in a Small Town also received much attention throughout the interview. And needless to say, Maren Morris was not pro Try That in a Small Town. Initially, the LA Times asked Maren Morris, 4 country songs have topped Billboard's Hot 100 in 2023, but each has raised complicated questions about who's welcome in Nashville, none more so than Try That in a Small Town, which drew widespread condemnation with a music video shot at the site of a lynching. Has this been a good year or a bad year in country music? Maren Morris replied and said, I'd say sure, congratulations on crossing over onto the big all-genre chart. But the story's going on within country music right now. I've tried to avoid a lot of it at all costs. I feel very, very distanced from it. Following Maren Morris's response to that initial question there from the LA Times, she was then asked about how Try That in a Small Town clearly resonated with listeners, where Maren Morris answered by saying, but I think it's a last bastion. People are streaming these songs out of spite. It's not out of true joy or love of the music. It's to own the libs. And that's so not what music is intended for. Music is supposed to be the voice of the oppressed, the actual oppressed. And now it's being used as this really toxic weapon in culture wars. Maren was then asked if in fact her leaving country music meant that the libs have been owned, where she replied and said, I'm sure some people may think that, and I would say feel free, go ahead. I don't want to have an adversarial relationship to country music. I still find myself weirdly wanting to protect it, but it's not a family member. That's the fucked up part, is that I'm talking about it as if it's a person, but it's not. So it's a lot of deep deconstructing that I'm still unraveling. So of course, with that, y'all, we would love to know your thoughts on this down below in the comments. And again, thank y'all for tuning in here at CountryCast.